Good afternoon, everybody. Shalom. Kalimera. So my name is Bogdan. So let me present first of all our partners who can answer any question if you have just after my speech. So just after the door to the left corner there is the company NSS. If you have any question after this presentation, please address them. So my presentation today all about the endpoints. So first I'd like to ask everybody and who can answer my question, how many times, how much you need to down any Active Directory controller? Who knows? How much time, how many seconds you need to down any Active Directory controller from outside of the network? Okay, an answer just to save the time. So 16 seconds. 16 seconds just because of the theme I'd like to share with you today. So last year, all previous time, we talked about how to stop bad guys not to let them any harm to our business. So let me show you just a few things. So this is the conception. Doesn't matter from external or internal threat comes, but we should and have only one chance to stop the bad guys on two perimeters where we cannot allow them to go into the assets, to put any malware, to get some harm to us. So if we see about what inside the first perimeter, all starts from the endpoints, then hops to the server, from the server to the controller, and then. So endpoint today is not all about that we need to think. It's more about the first place, the first point where we can stop the cybercrime. So CyberArk many years tries to deliver and do it very perfectly, the special solution which can help you to not allow bad guys to get credentials and use the privilege escalation. But today I'd like to focus on the endpoint, how it works there. So the local admin rights as the huge and wide surface for the attacker where they can start. The credentials and accounts are everywhere. So in this case, if we'd like to just exclude admin rights, local admin rights, we can reduce the scope for the attacker by up to 25%. Is it much or little? So it's a huge number because of the next. So today, about more than 60% of the organization never deleted the local admin rights. Why? Clear answer. Because if we do that, we will lose flexibility, efficiently, and more things of the business users. We don't need that. But if the local admin rights exist, they can configure, they can do anything with our accounts, with our configuration. They can install malware and more. So in this situation, I can ask why not to stop them there, because of the can't. So in this situation, we'd like to see about the dilemma between the operations and security. If we replace or delete or exclude local admin rights, our IT security is more than happy, but our IT operations can't work because it's too hard and impossible to support the business users who have no admin rights. Just a few samples. If you'd like to switch on the projector to show the presentation, you need to install the lightweight software to understand your projector and the USB stick. If you'd like to have a speech over the internet, you need to install the lightware middleware from the WebEx and other communication system. In this case, if you have no local admin rights, you can go on. So many years we talked about the endpoints protection, and we have been built many bricks to protect our endpoints, each endpoint, every endpoints. Today we have a very complexity over the each endpoint to protect, but what we have as a result? So ransomware. We have the new generation of the malware. We have a new threat which go through all these perimeters and all these levels of security. Why? My answer is just because if even we use a new generation antivirus, new special solutions to stop them, we not remember about the application patching and about the securing privileges. The privileges is in the endpoints, and any hacker, any bad guy start from the privileges in 100% of any attacks, or in any scenario, in any APT. So the respect analytics said that most things that we need and we should remember about is the privileges and policy management and application control. What if we start to build our security from the application patching and endpoint privilege manager? So in this case, we should think about some solution which combines three things. So why three? Why not one? Because of very easy. If we have the least privileges principle, it's not enough. Yes, it can help, but it's not enough to stop bad guys. If we have application management or application control, it's also good. Everybody needs them, but we have something combined in one solution. So 90% or maybe 99% of malware can be automatically detected by the standard security means. And today the trust to the software with many new features can allow us to not to disturb about them. But 1%, just 1% of these patching, this application, this code is harmful. And this is our problem. So in this case, we can use many things how to automatically check these codes, these applications and this malware. But if we have something we don't understand, we can't allow them to be operates in our environment, in our infrastructure. We need to launch them in restricted mode to understand how it can be in future for our business, for our system, for our assets. So another thing is the third bricks of our solution is all about the credentials. Everybody of us every day use tens of the passwords in many applications, web applications, in many systems, and the bad guys think about how to steal them because from the endpoint they can start. From the endpoint they can start. So in this case, we need to think about the special security solution which don't allow them to steal these credentials and start the attack. So using such kind of endpoint privileges manager with the CyberArk and enterprise password wall, you'll have the comprehensive solution which not allow any bad guys to start or prepare their attack to your organization and to your resources. So, of course, this solution also has the role-based approach. Many users, including the administrative ones, can own role with own policy and not there is no need to give them any privileges over the roles, but we can flexibility and flexible manage them with the needs. So, and last thing, that in Windows environment we should also think about some very special for this environment things when if we exclude or restrict the admin guys without not reducing the user flexibility and efficiently, we can protect our system, Windows system, up to 100% from the many and most of the persistent threats. So today, there is just one case for your attention. Security, it's not about the something technically or the software, hardware just for security department. We have the great customers where the IT guys, where the IT operations value our software just because they reduce their cost and can manage thousands and 100,000 of users without any problem. So, business is not black and white, so security should be either. Thank you very much. If you have any questions, please address our partner.